Venom: Let There Be Carnage is still currently slated for a release on October 1st, as it was actually pushed forward by Sony around 2 weeks. To drum up a lot of interest for Venom: Let There Be Carnage, there's actually been exclusive fan previews in the UK. This is something that is quite normal for Marvel as well as Sony, more often Sony than the MCU movies themselves, as they want to garner as much word of mouth for the movie as possible, and to get fans in a theater and to show them something that really excites them does that a great deal. With a lot of these people then going on social media, trying not to spoil the movie obviously for Sony's sake, but talking about how awesome and chaotic the movie is, as well as how it's a great sequel to the original Venom and has larger implications on the Sonyverse, but also the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Recently, director of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, Andy Serkis Gollum himself, has also been making the rounds talking about his movie. In an interview recently with IGN, Andy Serkis actually dropped a major bomb about Venom as well as Spider-Man, confirming what a lot of us already knew, but it's still great to hear it directly from someone that's behind the creative over at Venom and Sony. Basically what Andy Serkis said is yes, the ultimate plan is for Venom and Spider-Man to eventually face off against one another in a movie, which is awesome because this is a very direct answer, something that's very uncommon for people over at Marvel Studios as well as at Sony. But Andy Serkis just comes right out and says it. Yes, it's the plan of the movie makers that Venom and Spider-Man will eventually face off a little bit later down the line. Based on comments made in the interview, this is not something that's going to be happening anytime soon, but it is a possibility for the future. Or as Serkis puts it, it's a certainty for the future. This was Andy Serkis's full quote. Look, that's the question on everyone's lips. They want to know if Venom is gonna meet Spider-Man, but personally, it's never gonna happen. I'm only joking. Of course it's gonna happen, but I think there's so much. Look, it depends when you want to get there, and also what the appetite is. If we want more Venom stories, then to jump straight to Spider-Man, you could be missing out on so many great supervillain characters in between now and then. So in a way, by rushing to it, you might be closing the door on a lot of other great projects. Personally, I completely agree with Andy Serkis with this being the way to go. They really want to focus on fleshing out their supervillains, and this is clear over at Sony, with Morbius being released at this point in 2022, next year obviously, and then in 2023 they have on the slate Kraven the Hunter, meaning that it's very unlikely that Spider-Man and Venom will face off before 2023. Sony obviously has a reputation of rushing projects and getting their supervillains together as quickly as possible, but I think they've learned from their mistakes from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, wanting to go directly into a Sinister Six movie. And with recently the multiverse breaking open and villains from both the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man coming into the mainline MCU, these Sony movies are about to become way more important. It also obviously presents us an avenue for Eddie Brock and Peter Parker to meet more organically with the multiverse breaking open. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on Andy Serkis coming out and saying something that we already knew, that Venom would in fact one day be fighting Peter Parker? But obviously both studios have stories that they're currently telling and currently interested in, so it may be a while. Anyway my friends, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.